Hi everybody, so we are here today to share with you some of the excellent books that we hope to get to in the month of June. Summer is upon us.
Yeah, it's
so
hot out today.
It's hot out today, and I have some exciting books that I'm really looking forward to getting to next month.
Nice.
Without further ado, let's get into the books.
All right.
So the first book that I hope to read during the month of June is one that I have already started, but I just know I'm not going to get any further into this month, and that is The Queens of Fennbirn by Kendare Blake. This is two novellas set in the world of Three Dark Crowns, and I'm just so excited to be back in the world. The first novella takes place during the Queen's childhood, so before the start of the book, and the second novella is called The Oracle Queen. In it apparently is the legendary reign of the last Oracle Queen is one tinged with blood and horror. Paranoid, ruthless, and utterly mad, Queen Elsabeth's obsessive mistrust led to a senseless slaying of 3 entire houses of innocent people. So that sounds like it'll be bloody and interesting. I have read the first 2 books in this series. I haven't got to the third yet, but I would really like to, so reading this is probably going to give me a push.
The first one on my list for June is Frostfire by Jamie Smith. This is about a girl named Sabira who is chosen to bond with a frost sliver, which is a sentient piece of glacier. Which just the concept alone, I was like, what? This sounds very intriguing. But at the beginning of her quest, she gets trapped in an avalanche. And her path back to her village is shut off, and she has to survive. The very first line of this book is, "The mountain had murder on its mind." And I just think that's so very intriguing. And I love the cover. And I love a good survival story with a fantasy twist. This one does not come out until October, but put it on your lists now.
So in an effort to read more plays this year, I've kind of dedicated June to a month of reading plays, and I intend to read 5, but I have 3 for you today. The first is A Raisin in the Sun by Lorraine Hansberry. I don't know much about this. I just bought it on a whim when I knew I wanted to read more plays. I do know that it is a contemporary family story set in the late 50s in Chicago, and kind of on the cusp of women's rights and the civil rights movements, so I have a feeling it will be a pretty fantastic story. I've heard the blurbs are nothing but good things, so I'm gonna give it a shot.
Next up, I have one that might seem a little bit odd, but that is Everyday Angel Last Wishes by Victoria Schwab. I'm kind of out to read all of Victoria Schwab's books, and this is one of her earlier works. These are a series of middle grade books. There are 3 of them. This is the last one, and they are just very sweet. They are about a guardian angel named Aria who must take on 3 different tasks to help girls in their lives, young girls, and it's just delightful. It's a really fun, like, earlier reader middle grade series, and it has a lot of heart, more so than I thought. The first 2 books definitely gave me some feels, which I wasn't actually expecting. So this will just take another Victoria Schwab book off my list.
Next on my list is Lintang and the Pirate Queen by Tamara Moss. This one comes out in North America in October, but I believe it actually came out a couple of years ago in Australia, where Tamara Moss is from, and was on a number of like top books of the year. So I'm super excited to get to this one. The main character, Lintang, is an island girl who has lived on this little island all her life and heard legends of the sea and legends of these pirates, and finally has the opportunity to go on this pirate ship and go on the adventure of a lifetime. But on her first day of being on the ship, they are attacked by creatures called mythies, and suddenly it's more of an adventure than she was bargaining for. It sounds like a fantastical pirate story, and it just sounds really, really neat.
The second play I hope to read this month is An Ideal Husband by Oscar Wilde, and that's in this Collected Works. I read The Importance of Being Earnest last year, and I really enjoyed it. It was very funny, and I've always wanted to read An Ideal Husband too, so I'm going to get to that as well, and we'll probably listen to the audiobook or a production version and read it at the same time.
And the final book I really hope to get to in June is Darkdawn by Jay Kristoff. In the month of May, I read both Nevernight and God's Grave and absolutely loved them, and the end of God's Grave had me kind of like throwing books at the wall. I just need to know what happens in this third book in the series. I can't believe it's taken me this long to pick up this series, but because everybody's always told me that I would love them, and everybody has always apparently been right, because it's just amazing. Obviously, don't want to know too much about what goes on in here. I'm apt to be surprised, but I'm so thrilled that I got sent this early copy so I don't have to wait until September.
And the last one on my list is Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. Macmillan was kind enough to send our whole team advanced readers copies of this, so we're trying to figure out if we can coordinate buddy reading or if we're all going to dive into it individually, but we are very excited. I have never read any Leigh Bardugo before, but this one sounds like somebody like tapped into all of the elements from adult books that I love. It has secret societies, it has an Ivy League school, it has a main character with a dark and damaged past, mystery, intrigue. I can't wait to read it. I don't know a ton about the plot other than like the quick blurb that I read and what Cori told me and said secret societies, Yale, and I was like, I'm in! Yes, very excited for this one.
And another play I hope to get to this month is Waiting for Godot by Samuel Beckett. It just seems like a classic when people talk about plays, so I'm definitely going to give it a shot. I have already found a production of this on YouTube, so I think I'm going to read a bit, watch a bit, read a bit, watch a bit. Because with reading and listening, I always find that's the best way to absorb a play, so I'm definitely going to try and do that with all the plays I read this month. Alright, so those are just a few of the books we're hoping to read in June. Let us know what you'll be reading in the comments down below. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe for more. Happy reading and thanks for being awesome.
Bye!
Bye.